What's going on, everyone? Welcome back. We got another episode of Skate Hacks. You already know what it is. Subscribe to my Skate Hacks channel if you haven't already. I'm going to leave the link below here. So today we're going over how to Ollie higher. Not how to Ollie, but how to Ollie higher. So if you know how to Ollie, but you want to get your Ollie higher, you want to be able to Ollie over trash cans, bump to bars, whatever it is, just tweak that Ollie out, get it as high as possible, then this is a video for you. So I'm going to go over 3 different tips on how to get your Ollie higher. So tip number 1, make sure you have a reference point. In other words, make sure you're ollieing over something. You want to put something there like a trash can, you want to stack a few boards or whatever it is. You want to ollie over something. The mind works better when you have a tangible reference point. You have something that's in front of you, an obstacle that you have to overcome. It works easier when it's like that. Now you can try to do this, on flat ground without anything, but it does help to have like a reference point, a goal to accomplish. So work your way up, maybe stack a board or 2 and then go to 3 or maybe 4. Tip number 2, you're going to want to have your feet close together, as close as you possibly can together while still having stability. So play around with it a bit, but you don't want to have your feet too far spread apart. The reason why you want to have your feet close together is because it's going to give your front foot that sliding room. You're going to get a lot of sliding room with that front foot, and that's what you need. You need as much friction as possible so you can slide the foot up the board as far as possible to really get that first part of the ollie going. It's not so much about the power and the pop. So you want to put a lot of power in your pop, but after a certain point it doesn't matter too much because the pop is only going to get you so far. It's really about that sliding motion and how much room you have on the board to slide up. So as long as you have a good amount of room on the board to slide up, you're going to get that ollie started really nice and smooth. It's going to be a nice high ollie if you can get a lot of good friction on that grip tape. So don't worry too much about the pop. I mean, you do want to get a nice powerful pop, but it only helps to a certain extent. The rest of it is with these few tips I'm going to give you here, which is putting your feet closer together so you can slide up all the way. And my next tip number 3, make sure you suck your feet up. You want to be able to suck both feet up as much as possible so that the board can come up as well. So the board's going to come up as much as you allow your feet to come up. So after you pop and you slide that front foot up all the way, the board is only going to come up as far as you allow your front and back foot to come up. So make sure you practice sucking your feet up because this is the same exact motion that you're going to do when you're practicing the ollie. You want to be able to suck both feet up as far as possible so the board is allowed to come up as far as possible. It's simple as that. So those are my 3 basic tips on how to ollie higher. Let's go over them really quickly here. Tip number 1, make sure you have a goal in front of you, which is the object you're trying to ollie over. It really helps when you actually have an object in front of you. Tip number 2, make sure you have your feet close together, as close as you want them to be, as long as you have stability. And this is because, of course, you want to be able to slide up the board. You want your front foot to be able to slide up as much as possible. And tip number 3, make sure you suck both of your feet up because the board is only going to come up as far as you let it. So those are my basic tips on how to ollie higher. Comment down below your future skate hack suggestions as always. See you next time.